Hello everyone, Edge here with a longer than 2-minute tobacco review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a tobacco. It's a McClelland tobacco called Colombian Mocha. I got it at Pipe World. This is the bag I got at Pipe World in Austin, Texas. If you are in Austin, near Austin, or find yourself there on a trip like I was, those are definitely the guys to check out. They're amazing. They smoke pipes. It's one of those rare tobacco shops today that doesn't treat pipe smokers like second-class citizens or low-dollar customers. They know what they're talking about. They're enthusiastic about pipe smoking, and they're very helpful. So please, please, please check them out if you're in Austin. No, they're not giving me anything. I paid for everything I got there, and I got a lot of stuff when I was there. I'll be honest, I went in thinking maybe I was going to get 2 to 4 ounces of tobacco, and I walked out with a new pipe, a whole bunch of tobacco, new pipe tool, because I've lost now 2 of these, and I really like these tools, so I bought a new one. They had a quality one that I bought. But anyway, I digress. McClelland, Colombian Mocha. So this is a controversial blend. It is an aromatic. You know me in the aromatics. But the big difference for me is that for the past month I've been smoking almost all Englishes. A lot of 5110, some HGL, some Penzance, some Nightcap. And I've really taken a liking to the Englishes, a lot more than I have in the last 30 years. I don't know what it is. Perhaps it's because as we get older, our taste changes, or at least it evolves. It could be because when I was on active duty orders in the National Guard, I was trying to expose my pipe smoking friends that I was introducing to pipe smoking to a lot of different types of tobaccos. So I brought things that I initially didn't necessarily enjoy myself, but I had on hand, and a lot of that was the Englishes. I'll be honest, I could smoke them every once in a while, but I was never really a fan. Something clicked, and I found myself going to the Englishes more than anything else. My first foray back into aromatics since smoking all those Englishes has been this Colombian Mocha, and it's the first time I tried it was at Pipe World in Austin. And I don't know if it's because my technique has changed now or what, but for whatever reason, this tobacco hit all the right notes for me. The flavor, the burnability. Now in the beginning I said it was controversial, and that's because I've read a lot of reviews about this tobacco, as I do a lot of tobaccos I smoke, just to see where my opinion falls in line with other people. Sometimes I have the same opinion, and sometimes I don't. A couple of the top complaints or criticisms about this tobacco I'll address. One is that it's a goopy mess, some people say. And I will say that the first couple of times I smoked it a bit faster and hotter than I like to. And I think that's the way a lot of people smoke when they are used to smoking aromatics. And you can't do that with this tobacco, with Colombian Mocha. If you take the time to smoke it slowly and cool, it'll burn even, it'll burn solid, and I got about 40 minutes out of this today, all the way down to the ash, all the way down to the bottom. I didn't get the goopy mess. Some people, and this is where it's funny to me, some people say it's too wet, some people say it's too dry. I found it to be pretty much average, like any other aromatics. Now, that could be because maybe they've had it sitting there in the store for a while. When I see people reviewing aromatics saying it's too wet, it's possible it's brand new tobacco, just got put out. When they say it's too dry, it could be that it's been out there for a while in the store. So it's one of those things that I don't put a lot into, yet there it is. Some people say it's hard to keep lit. Again, I didn't have that problem. Some people, now this is another area that to me is funny, because some people say that there's too much flavor, that it's too artificial. And then yet other people say that there's no flavor to it at all. I found it to be really full of flavor, and it's good flavor. I like it. I am a fan of coffee. I am a fan of chocolate. Colombian Mocha is a chocolate coffee blend. So there you go. Paired with coffee, it's amazing. Today I paired it with chocolate coffee, and it was even more amazing. Now the funny thing is, this is my 5th attempt at making a video for this blend, because every time I would make a video, upon rewatching it as I'm editing it and getting ready to put it out there, I found that there were things that I said that in a later smoke, one time while I was even editing the video of the same tobacco, I found I had a different experience. So the first video, I agreed a lot with some of the criticisms, and as each successive video was made, I found myself disagreeing with the criticisms and liking it more and more. So that leads me to another thing, which is, and it ties it back to those Englishes, is 1 or 2 smokes sometimes really just isn't enough to get to know a tobacco or to really get its full worth. I'm finding as I'm revisiting, HGL is another one. HGL is a tobacco that some people say is way too weak to be in English. They consider it a gateway English, that, you know, if you're going from something like RLP1 into an English, which is what HGL is, it's RLP1 with some Latakia. You know, okay, I'll buy that. I personally taste the Latakia a lot in HGL. To me, it's a really nice blend because of the Burleys and the Virginias and a little bit of Black Cavendish in it. It's a nice blend for me. I enjoy all the flavors, and I can pick out the flavors, but I think as a whole it melds together really well. This Colombian Mocha, going to it from smoking all those Englishes, lives up to a tobacco having a good flavor that doesn't feel like it's artificial or too sickly sweet. It also, to me, has a really good aftertaste. I know some people don't like any kind of aftertaste in anything, whether it's wine or food or anything, but for tobacco, I don't mind that there's an aftertaste. Smelling my hands afterwards, you know, one of those things when I smoke my pipe, I know some people are really picky about having any kind of smell on them, and they'll wash their hands and their face after they smoke their pipe. I don't. It's part of the experience after I smoke a pipe and I'm back somewhere. I had a bug land on my lip, I think. Anyway, you know, for me, it's one of those things. I'm in my office after I've smoked, and I can smell my hand, and that, you know, the tobacco smell, to me, it's comforting. I like it. And Colombian Mocha has a really nice smell to it. So when it comes to what I taste and all that kind of stuff, like I said, it's really, the tobacco tastes like tobacco. That's a stupid statement, right? Ugh, tobacco tastes like tobacco. It's not overly cased. I don't feel like I'm just getting a huge shot of vanilla or a huge shot of cherry or a huge shot of chocolate or mocha or whatever aromatics. So there's some aromatics out there that are just too in the face, and I'm starting to get sensitive to that now too. So, you know, to say that I like aromatics, that's true. I don't like all aromatics, for one, and two, I definitely don't like it if it's got way too much casing and a lot of bite and is too goopy and hard to smoke, which a lot of aromatics tend to be. This stuff, McClelland does it right. I mean, this Colombian Mocha is good stuff. It is my favorite right now. BCA used to be my favorite. Colombian Mocha has knocked that off the list. The funny thing is, I went back to smoke some BCA recently, and it's good. To me, there is no better room note than BCA. But the flavor, to me, is now second to Colombian Mocha. So if BCA is something you like Black Cavendishes, you like chocolate and coffee, you like good smoking tobacco with a lot of good solid flavor, I'm going to try this out. Now, I know this lasted way more than 2 minutes. It's actually around 10 minutes. That's because I just had a lot more to say, not only about this particular tobacco, but pipe smoking in general. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this 10-minute talk about tobacco. I hope whatever tobacco you're smoking, you enjoy it. And if you have some that you don't necessarily like, I'd like to say you should give it a chance, especially if you've cellared it for a while, because tobacco does change over time. A lot of them get better, some not so much, but you know, our tastes change, and you may find a new favorite that you didn't like 5 or 10 years ago, just sitting there on your in your cellar, in a jar, waiting for you. Anyway, that's it for today. Have a great day.